Gung-ho reaction, a topic taboo. Hey there, kids, it's Folie.
Are we in some kind of competition?
To see who can stay quiet the longest?
Yes.
Oh, remember, we have to hold the mics here.
Okay. I noticed listening to the last recording that I did improve.
You did?
Nominally.
Your sound? Good. I didn't listen.
What? You didn't
Sorry.
You are so disrespectful in every way.
I did listen, but I only listened while I was editing this week. I didn't go back and re-listen.
Well, I feel...
If that's a real thing, please do that one.
Ooh.
If that's a real thing,
Who
please
said
do
that?
RJ? It was RJ.
Okay. We're trying to choose which sponsor we want.
Mm-hmm. We're actually recording right this second, and it is going to possibly be a real one. We're talking to our special guest, RJ.
Hi, RJ.
Via Snapchat.
You know, Folie Do actually has a Snapchat that I opened, and then I didn't know what to do with it, so I took the Snapchat app off my phone, and we haven't updated in so long.
I actually just logged into...
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
Good!
For the first time, and I was actually trying to snap just a few minutes ago, but I snapped on my personal page.
Okay.
But I have been enjoying Snapchat a lot lately.
Really?
So maybe I'll start.
Please do. And then I'll get it back on my phone.
I do it completely wrong. Like, horrible.
Yeah.
And I don't know that we have any followers whatsoever.
I don't think we do. I think I'm snapping to you, maybe. I don't think I even found you on Snapchat.
No, because I realized yesterday that my name that would show up to people was me.
Me?
Yeah. M-E.
M-E?
And when it asked what my name was, I guess years ago when
you were being so clever.
Yes, and I wrote me. Idiot.
Sounds like a Vietnamese name.
Yeah.
Vu's relatives have so many confusing names. Hi, we, me.
Vu.
That took a while to roll off the tongue.
I enjoy it.
No pun intended. It's not a pun.
No.
An innuendo that we don't need to explore.
Wait, Vu?
Rolling off the tongue.
Oh.
It's late. It's late on a Sunday evening.
It is. And we just got finished with a brisk 30-minute run.
Yes.
Not all at once.
No. We have been doing something called C25K, which is sort of like KFC, I think. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how KFC switched to the initials, so you weren't saying fried.
That's right.
Kentucky Fried Chicken. C25K sounds like some awesome cyborg training program.
Yeah, but really it's like
Couch to 5K.
couch to 5K,
Yeah.
get off your potato bum.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which we are. We're getting off our potato bums.
Yeah.
We probably would run and walk faster if we weren't together. But at the same time...
Actually, we probably wouldn't do it, period, if we weren't together.
Exactly. That's the thing. You and I need accountability.
Exactly.
We're not lone wolves. We are pack animals.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess we're not a pack. We're a duo.
We are. We are Folie a duo.
Yeah. Also, I apologize for that sound. Everybody is dealing with horrific allergies right now.
Yeah.
And it's not in a sexy way. You know, when you have a cold and you're a little raspy, that
can be nice.
Yeah, but when the nose is plugged up, you sound like...
And it like goes down your throat a little.
Yeah, it's not hot.
Not hot at all.
The only good thing is that you can't smell, because apparently there are horrific smells about, and I'm completely immune.
Oh my gosh. My least favorite thing, and thank goodness, I shouldn't even say it because I'm going to jinx myself, but it hasn't happened to me now for a couple years, but usually once a year, I do get that horrific cold that renders you tasteless.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not talking about fashion sense here.
No, never with that.
I'm talking about I can't taste anything. And then at that point, what is the point of even eating?
Exactly.
I hate it. It makes me mad. It infuriates me to eat. I get sad.
Because you love to taste things.
I want to taste
You're
it.
a taster. And you know the thing about it? This is something I do, and maybe people can relate, or maybe it's my own bizarre behavior. But I don't want to eat when I can't taste stuff.
No.
Until I start.
Until you start tasting things?
And then until I start eating.
Oh.
And I'm like, I can only taste it for a brief moment, so I'm going to keep eating and eating.
And then maybe each bite I'll taste even more, and it never happens.
Yeah, and then my body is like, come on, get some food in there. And then I eat too much. And then it's terrible because you're like,
I didn't even get to enjoy
that.
Yeah. It's the worst. I hate it. Do you think that there are people that...
Yes.
There are?
There are people. Lots of them. So many. Go on. I'm a terrible listener.
Leave off. Do you think that there are... Do you think there are people who don't have taste?
Yeah,
buds?
there are.
There are?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, why?
And there are certain medications that you take that screw up your sense of taste.
I've had that before, yeah.
And there are people when they're pregnant, things get all wonkadoodle.
Man.
I mean, let's just take a moment and be thankful that for the most part, we can taste things.
Yeah.
What do we have to complain about in this life?
For granted. I know people that had troubles, like, there was a girl at school that I went to high school with. She was a grade or two younger than me, and she couldn't smell.
Oh my gosh. See, you don't think that would affect much, but it would affect so much.
Yes, she ended up, I think, having a surgery that fixed that. But I cannot imagine. I mean, those little things like that. I mean, let's think of other little things that would suck.
Well, so let's think of all the sucky things. And for one, though, smell means so much to me, like insanely much when I start to think about it.
Oh my gosh.
It is so linked to memory.
It so is.
Oh, like when I go back to my favorite place in the world, which is like Pacific Grove, California, like Carmel, Monterey, that area, there's a certain smell.
Yeah.
That you don't smell anywhere else. And I remember the first time I got to go back as an adult, I just wept as soon as I stepped out of the airport and that air hit me and I smelled it.
I know exactly.
Yeah.
Not for there, but like I'll smell things that will remind me of Sweden. I think you've heard me say, like, either this tastes like Sweden or smells like Sweden right now. Mostly when it kind of is a little chilly here and it's moist in the air. Maybe we were getting ready to have a rain or we just had one. It always reminds me of Sweden. Oh, I'm sorry, my nose itches. And
for those of you... Oh, see, that's one reason why I haven't gotten my nose re-pierced.
Oh, it's scary.
I know. And for those of you who were bothered just now when Melodie used the word moist, you're probably not a neurotic, white, 30-something woman. Because here's a fun fact. Most people who are not bothered by the word moist are neurotic, white, 30-something women.
What?
I'm not bothered by the word moist. Are you?
Yes.
You are bothered by it?
I always have been.
Oh, and you say it.
No, I did say it.
You did.
I mean, actually, I think I've kind of grown out of it.
Grown out of it?
It doesn't bother me that much. Like, moist and panties, of course, kind of weirded me out. Drainage bothered me.
Oh, what words bother me? I feel like mucus is not good, and phlegm. What
about gutter?
Gutter I kind of like.
You do?
Yeah, because it makes me think of udders.
Remember when I called it a cow gutter?
That was
Josh,
the best.
Immediately, as soon as he listened, I didn't know he was listening. He was at work. I was at work. And I just get a message. Gutter? Exclamation point, question mark.
That made me so happy. And for those of you who don't know why we're talking about cow gutters, it's because we were trying to decide on Halloween costumes for the race that we're training for as we try to become better people. Whatever.
Wait, is that why we're doing this?
You were gonna... Are we? I still haven't figured it out.
No,
that's not why. There's got to be some other reason.
It's because... Why we're doing the run?
Just why we're doing anything.
Why do we do anything?
I mean, I thought you meant this podcast.
Oh, yeah. Well, then, no.
No. I don't think it's necessarily made me a worse person.
The podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, it definitely hasn't made me a better one.
No. It probably made us both worse.
Yeah.
It's given us
It
an
fed
over...
our ego a little,
because
and for no reason.
Yeah, it's this overinflated sense of grandiosity.
Yeah, nobody freaking listens.
No, except that one guy.
Yeah.
And that other girl. And our moms. Well, I think my mom and my dad have at least listened to one episode. Yeah. I think my dad, there are certain things he's just happier not knowing about me.
Yeah. Sometimes I wish my mom didn't listen. Only because I feel like she held me to this, like... Mm-hmm. I was up on this high pedestal.
Yeah.
You know, I think. I could be wrong. But, I mean, I think she thought I was pretty spiffy.
Yeah.
And I think this is making her realize that
there are hidden... I won't say depths.
It's not deep.
Well, it is in its own way. There are hidden pockets.
Shallow deepness.
Shallow pockets that contain, like, lint and bubblegum.
Foul odor.
And really rusty pennies.
Curse words.
Other surprises.
Yeah. But
take comfort in knowing, Doreen, that the things Melodie says off this podcast are so much worse. You never have to hear them.
Mama, that's not true. She's lying.
Completely. Totally lying.
I'm glad that you can't see eye rolls in podcasts.
So moist smells.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Moist smells. What kind of things smell moist?
Mildew.
Yes.
Mist.
Yes.
Does mist have a smell?
Yeah, I think it does.
I think it does.
Yeah.
We've really gone downhill.
We really so have.
Bad. Guys, does mist have a smell?
I mean, it depends on where it's coming from.
Let's just talk about this for the rest of the episode.
Is it coming out of your bunghole? Where is this mist happening?
I feel that mist only comes out of your bunghole.
Mine or yours?
If you're anyone's, if they're a ghost.
No, that's not true.
It's an ethereal fart.
Have you not ever had one of the little poot toots where it's like
toots?
I don't mean like Lifeway Queeper, like
or
like just a little like
sharding.
No, it's like the sweetest little toot you can have, where it's just like a.
But like do you honestly think that you can visibly see something coming out? Like a little puff of air? Do you do that into the mirror with your bare ass? Like,
have you not?
Every morning.
That's how I know.
It's the only way I wake up.
If you get the bathroom, if you run the shower for a couple minutes before.
And you get the trapped steam in there.
Yeah, and you you can just see it. Like
that's when you
or
run
you get it
out
really
to the
really
living
cold.
Room.
Yeah,
and do it in someone's face. You don't want to waste that. What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Well, you know what, guys? We actually have sort of an idea for this episode.
Oh.
And it all comes from one of our most... Someone's looking upset over there. I won't say who, but there's only one other person in the room, and it's not me. We have a listener who is just a class act. I really like this guy. Should I say his real name? I want to call him Catsup.
Cristobal.
Christoph. Is his name Christoph?
It's Christopher.
Okay. Sorry, Catsup Christopher.
Catsup Christopher. Christoph. Nikolai. Yeah. That was so long ago.
I think he'll answer to any of those.
Yeah.
So we had a random idea in the previous episode, and oh no.
No, I'm letting you talk because I'm thinking.
He encouraged us to actually go through with it. I, being the Ravenclaw of the group,
I'm a Hufflepuff.
Actually did my homework at that point.
You didn't tell me to do it.
I warned you. I gave you a hint. I said, there's a very, very clear big-ass clue.
In the actual thread, it said, you said that we were going to switch off weekly.
I tagged you in a post, and that post said, unless I just thought about doing it, I either thought about it or I did it, tag you in a post that said, I'm coming up with questions for Melodie right now.
Yes, but you said that we were going to do it in weekly intervals.
Weekly intervals?
I swear.
I know nothing about these weekly intervals.
You look it up. Or you talk. I'm going to look it up.
Well, regardless, I did my homework, and in doing so, she has to go first. Unless she comes up with questions for me. Because this is the interview episode where we are our own guests. Because we no longer care about having guests. We have too many people vying for that spot. Not true. We love you all. All of you who've said that you would be guests.
Christopher said it.
Christopher.
I love the idea of you interviewing each other one episode apiece.
Oh.
So that's what you said. I agree.
I agree. And then what did I say? Then what did I say?
You said so many other things. There's so many. There are like 23 messages here.
Yeah. And so, what's the one I tagged you in?
That you were coming up with questions. So I thought this would be my episode.
It is.
Yeah. So I don't need to come up with questions for you.
No, that's true.
Right?
Yeah, that is.
That what we're fighting?
I get where you're going with this now. Okay. Now I completely understand. I wish I were really angry with you right now. I'm not at all.
Good. I'm not mad at you either.
If I were, we'd actually be fighting.
I know. God, my nose itches.
Well, she's angry with her nose. She and her nose are having a very, very amusing fight.
I don't know how to itch it with the nose
ring. I can't breathe through my nose right now. I'm being a creepy mouth breather on the podcast. Actually, mouth breather just means like someone who's a little dopey, right? I kind of never knew. I love the phrase mouth breather. I
think of it as like just a freaking dope.
Yeah, like slack-jawed, like. Ugh.
And somebody who's like a little creepy, because I feel like anybody who's creepy is a mouth breather.
I agree. Mm-hmm. And I think for my something weird, I'm going to ask people if they understand why I did that strange thing when I was a child.
What strange thing?
When I was having my photo taken.
Oh, yeah, we decided this.
Yeah, and I think you helped me figure it out.
Yeah.
But I also think I should go ahead and interview you.
Go ahead. I'm excited.
Okay, so Melodie technically has 2 passes. She doesn't have to answer all 5 of the questions I very hurriedly came up with.
But I'm going to.
She's going to. Because if not, there are consequences.
We don't know what they are yet.
They will be rough.
Mm. Well, then I might take the consequence.
It's almost 9:00 at night. It's the witching hour for us. Okay, Melodie. This is not a 2-part.
Why did you look at my feet doing that?
Well, because it looked like you were intentionally trying to put your toes in the candle.
Maybe I was.
Things are getting real weird. She's trying to distract me by burning her body.
Yes.
Who do you think, Melodie, that you would have been in a past life? Mm-hmm. Alternate question that you could choose to answer. What fictional character do you most identify with?
Okay. Who do I think I would have been in a past life?
Alternate question. Fictional character.
That I most
Do I have to answer these questions for you?
Okay, the fictional character that I most identify with is Jessica Day.
Oh, of course.
Because, and it's not even because every day at least 3 people tell me that I look like Jessica Day.
Yes. Zoe Deschanel from New Girl, for those of you who don't know the character name.
Sorry.
She pretty much stole your identity.
It's weird.
It's creepy.
Because before, like, as New Girl was coming out, before it ever aired, like, when I saw that was happening, and anybody else did, like, I can remember, I'm fumbling. I remember Josh and I being, like, looking at each other.
It's
like,
crazy.
Whoa, he was like, that's you. You are that person.
Vu says that too, and this is before he even knew you very well. We watch it, and he's like, time to hang out with Melodie.
It's so funny because I say weird things like her.
You sing randomly.
I sing randomly.
You wear the same kind of
dress
glasses.
cutesy. Sometimes
You do the makeup similar.
Mhm.
You even like wear the same color palette.
I know.
You do similar crafts.
It's so weird.
It is very, very weird.
And
I'm kind of jealous too, though.
No.
To have a fictional character who fits you to a T like that?
It's weird because, but though the thing is, it makes it look like I molded
I
myself.
just thought about that.
Yeah. And I didn't.
You didn't
I
at
did
all.
not.
I knew you before New Girl ever came out.
Yeah.
But that would piss me off.
It does. It irritates me. And I'm not going to, okay, I'm going to say this. It's going to make me sound really foolish and stupid. But a lot of things, God, it's going to make me sound so hipster and weird. But I liked a lot of things that have become popular. I liked way before they became popular. And it drives me freaking knockers. Knockers?
Binockers.
Bananas.
I like binockers
Bonkers.
so much better.
Binockers.
It makes me think of banaka.
It drives me. Banaka the spray?
Yeah.
Ew. It drives me binockers that I can't even remember what I was going to say.
That it seems like you derived all of that you were some kind of, what's the word, bandwagoner.
Yeah. For instance, I used to tell people forever, I said to people, I think you're fancy. It was just my thing that I said, I think you're fancy. Or I think this is fancy, or this is that fancy, whatever. I even had buttons made years ago when I started my business.
We can date those buttons and prove it.
Date them back that said, I think you're fancy. And then that stupid girl, and she's not stupid. I don't know who she is. I can't even remember her
Iggy
name.
Azalea, I believe.
Yeah, she had that fancy song, and everybody started using the word fancy for everything. I told Nathan Fillion that I thought he was fancy before fancy was fancy.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
I know.
I think he told Iggy or whoever did that song, I could be wrong. And that person, that Iggy person, whoever, was like, that's good.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. When you said fancy, you meant it in a different way.
Yes.
And there were nuances to it when you said it that are lost now.
They're gone, and I can't do it anymore.
No, you can't, because
can't.
people think...
I have a bunch of those buttons still, and I don't use them anymore because I don't want people to think that I just... You can have one.
You know, though, one time, you told me I was fancy. And I will tell you the truth right now. I knew that came from a different place.
Really?
Yes.
Good.
It was... I still remember it because it was when I was just getting to know you.
Yeah?
And it was one night after Zumba, you wrote to me and you said, I think you're fancy. And I'm glad you're my friend.
My friend.
And I was like, that's so nice.
Remember, that's how we knew. That's when you said that you were like, I think I'm her best friend.
I think so. Maybe I'll mention it someday.
And you did.
I did. I finally told you.
Yes.
Because there's one thing I have, and that's lady balls.
Oh, I do too. If we have nothing at all, we at least have a huge sack hanging beneath our legs.
That counts for a
Sack
lot.
of crap. A sack of balls, lady balls.
Poke it, and a little mist will shoot out. We brought it back around. Oh, that is so interesting, though. I almost feel like this could be an episode of Black Mirror, like if we took it to a dark place. Somebody's identity gets taken and put on a TV show, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, you're just like that girl from that show. You must model yourself after her. And then the person goes mad.
Oh, see, it's making me mad. That's my life. That's what I live every day.
Let's track down Zooey Deschanel. Okay. She wasn't always like that.
No.
You were Jessica Day before she was Jessica Day.
That's right.
Not to say I don't like her.
I know.
She seems like a lovely person.
I know.
Can I tell you something, though?
Please.
Which you're totally not going to take well.
Oh.
You're prettier than she is.
Well, that's not true.
Yeah, that's because I knew you wouldn't believe it. Yeah. And you're cuter, too.
No.
Yeah.
Jessica Day is the cutest human that
she
there is.
But you're cuter.
No. But thank you.
Yeah. I really think so. And I've told Vu that before. And he agrees with me, by the way.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah, so if I ever meet Zooey Deschanel...
Zooey Deschanel doesn't have hooded eyelids, though.
That makes you even cuter. I'm going to be like, you know what? You'd be better if you were Melodie. I mean, I love how you try to emulate her.
Yeah.
But just keep trying.
Ugh.
Okay, question 2. What is the strangest thing you want to do before you shuffle off your mortal realm? Die for those of us who...
I want to do before I croak.
Yeah, before you croak. This is so unfair. I asked you questions that I asked myself, so I already knew the answers.
What was your answer?
I guess I could tell you, because you'll have different questions for me.
Different questions, yeah.
I want to see the Lizzie Gordon house.
Ooh, I know. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
But that's like your one big thing that you want to do? Or that, I guess that's
it's
the strangest.
There are lots of normal, non-disturbing things I want to do as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Strangest thing.
It could be something real small, like eat a wild mushroom.
I'm not going to skip this one.
Are you wanting to come back to it?
I am willing to come back to it. Okay. I just need to ponder on it a little bit.
I think part of the problem is I'm saying strangest, and that's a lot of pressure.
It is.
Maybe I should say what is strange thing? Because you probably have a lot of strange things you want to do before you die.
Yeah.
We can still come back to it, though.
I would like to... I really would like to do something in a circus.
I thought you were going to say a circle. I was like, we can do that right now.
Come on, baby.
Yeah. I get that. I love circus crap.
Yeah, I think it would be so much fun to, be an acrobat or shot out of a cannon or be the person who shoots somebody out of a cannon.
Yeah.
But
I could be that person.
Walk or do fun kind of
I see you being like an animal tamer. In the cute little stripy outfit or something.
See, I was thinking that in my brain, but I also am so against circuses.
Circus animals are so mistreated.
Yeah.
It would have to be our own kind of circus.
Yeah.
Where it's very highly pampered rescue cats. That each have their own maid.
It could even be just like a puppy dog.
Yeah, it can be a rescue puppy, whatever, as long as they get freshly made food every...
And they eat it out of the palm of our hands.
Yeah, and they're treated like we sleep on the floor.
Yeah, and they sleep on top of us.
Yeah. Well, then we could all just sleep on a bed.
Yeah.
The point is, you could be a great animal tamer, in quotations, to animals that are not abused.
Yes.
I would like to see that. But I'd also like to see you on stilts and stuff. I mean, so much of that stuff is so fun.
And I think that a lot of the circus crew, maybe they do hop around and do multiple things.
I bet they do.
And I want to be that person. I just want to try everything. I really, really want to learn how to do the what is the ribbon dancers?
Yes, I've always wanted to do that. Okay, circus listeners, we know we have at least...
-30.
-30. If you know somebody who can hook us up with a circus...
Let's do it.
We'll work hard. We'll work hard for you.
You know what we should do?
What's that? We should have our own circus?
We should honestly, you know how we said before that we were going to, interview people around town and stuff? We really should go find, some kind of, quirky jobs and talk to people about them. We should still go do stuff. That was part of some of the stuff that we were going to do before. Remember at the beginning of this?
I remember that, yeah.
We were we want to learn how to do this, and we want to do that.
Yeah.
I still have that fire in me to learn all these things. I mother-freaking want a taffy pull so bad.
Oh my gosh. I feel like that goes right in with the circus niche so well.
I know. I just want to put the taffy on the hook and pull it. That's all I want to do.
I just want to put it on my body.
And then I would like to do that too. What?
Why don't we be, for our race, circus people?
We could be circus peanuts.
Oh my gosh.
I love circus peanuts so much.
And then we could have a flaming hoop that we jump through.
I don't know what I thought you were going with flaming, but like I just imagined like a flaming poo bag that all my kids leave on doorsteps.
That's fine too. We need a little Halloween prankery going on. We have way too many ideas for our costumes.
We really do. We really need to narrow it down. We're like my son when it comes to costumes. We each year, starting on the 1st of November, we start a tally of what he's going to be the next year because there's always like 70 that we have to go through.
And now I have to be at least 2 different things, usually 3.
And same. And we have to be at least 2 this year.
Yeah, because we have to, it's my family costume,
yep.
We have our race costumes, and what about Zumba?
Yeah, I think our race costume and our Zumba costume should be the same, if
well,
possible.
Then we should probably be
the
Velma Kelly and Roxy Hart.
I know. It would be so good, but I'm like, I also don't want to dress like, I don't want to dress like I'm in a cabaret.
Flappers,
like,
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I still want to be the Shining Girls.
I do too.
You could beep that out if you want, so it's a surprise.
I just want... Listen, Folie friends, I want to know if you're listening.
Mm-hmm.
We say this every week in whatever way. Like, we just really don't believe you guys exist.
Yeah.
Except for we did have somebody message us, Farfig Nugan, from last week.
That's true. And we did, I mean, the whole reason that Ketchup gave us this idea that's actively backfiring.
We've got at least 2.
Yeah, at least 2.
Actively backfiring. Like, you missed out of your bunghole.
Yeah. Backfiring butthole mist is one of those. Imagine calling into work with that.
I wish that I would have.
I'm going to call my kid's school.
I'm like, yeah. Oh, man. Sometimes I miss that about having a job where I'm not my own boss.
Yeah.
Is like...
Lying.
I mean, there were times... I am a good worker. I have a good, strong work ethic.
Oh, super duper strong.
I don't like... I hated, and it was mostly by the end of my working career, working in restaurants, that I was like, any excuse not to, I would take it.
Yeah.
And so,
I would have a hard time being a server. Because trying to help people with things gives me major anxiety. Trying to help strangers with food. Because people are such giant babies when it comes to food.
Really are.
It's ridiculous.
I love it, though. I still miss it, and I still often think about getting just a couple day a week job serving. Yeah, I totally miss it. I miss the hustle of it.
Oh my goodness.
The, like, stress of it a little bit, which is crazy. And the talking,
I think
like,
some
meeting all the
people thrive on it.
I love it.
My friend Tracy but she's like the most mega extrovert I've ever met. But I suppose you don't have to be.
I'm not at all.
She loves working at fancy restaurants, and she makes a buttload in tips.
Did not ever do well at fancy ones.
Really?
Yeah, I need it to be like your grandma's truck stop. Like my grandma's old truck stop.
I might have done better there.
Yeah, I want a cafe. If I could, one of my dreams is to open a restaurant. Did you know that?
I do know. And I also noticed just tonight that you say cafe really differently than I say it.
How?
I say cafe, you say cafe.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do. Cafe.
Nothing wrong with that.
Only because I know, like... Like, okay, so there's Mimi's Cafe.
Yeah.
And I say it cafe that way, but my grandma owned a cafe. And we always called it the cafe. Like, when grandma owned when grandma was working in the cafe. And I don't know if that's just because it's how my family said it, so I say it like that.
Maybe some people with certain accents say it that way, or maybe it's correct. Maybe I've been saying it wrong all this time.
I don't know.
I should be saying sattering and pattering, too.
It's pattern, not pattering. Well, no, Rand called it pattering.
He did, yeah. Pattern. It's the best.
Next question.
The next question is an activity.
Okay.
Okay. Here's what you got to do. You know, you're prepared. Mm-hmm. And listeners, go ahead and do this too. Mm-hmm. Close your eyes. Mm-hmm. Imagine that you're home alone, a little bored. Maybe you don't even have to imagine that at all because you're listening to Folie. You hear a knock at the door. Open it and find the most amazing surprise. What is the first thing that popped into your head?
The first thing that popped into my head was Danny DeVito.
Dressed as a circus peanut.
All I could think about was the movie Home Alone.
Home Alone? He's not in Home Alone.
Who's Danny DeVito?
Are you thinking of Joe Pesci?
Joe Pesci! Yes! Wait, who's Danny DeVito then?
He's the little man that played Penguin.
Yeah, they're both
in
little.
Batman. Very different.
What did I just tell you 3 days ago?
So you did, and you really made good on the truth of what you said. That you don't remember anything.
There are things that I remember, like a steel trap. There are things that I can't, for the freaking life of me, ever remember. And I get infuriated with Josh sometimes because, like, not in a mean way, but sometimes, like, I just.
Well, I mean, everyone gets infuriated. Everyone wants to slightly murder. Josh. Just slightly murder him.
Kind of murder Josh.
And then nurse him back to health. Yeah, so you can hurt him again.
Exactly. He will start talking to me about something, and he'll say somebody's name as if I'm supposed to know who this person is, and I don't know people. I don't know. I have a handful of actors and actresses that I know, and anybody else is off limits. Like, I just can't remember names. I need you to describe what they were in and who they are, and possibly show me a picture, and then I'll know. And it's the same with song titles, like songs that I know and love and that I've known and loved forever.
I'm like that with songs too.
I don't know the title of them.
I get real panicky when people ask me what music I like because I'll just start singing random songs to them.
It's so hard. Yeah, like the song.
Yeah. I usually just say I like everything.
I'm looking up Danny DeVito now.
Okay, Danny. He was in a terrible movie with Arnold.
Oh, he's on Always Sunny.
Okay, let's just take a moment to appreciate that even though it's not Danny DeVito, it is still a bizarre answer. But Joe
Pesci, he was on what's that movie with the girl, and she talked a lot and she talked really fast.
Oh yeah,
and then when the
My Cousin Vinny. Great movie. I love Marissa Tomei.
Yes, her. I love her.
She's
in the new
still
Spider-Man.
freaking gorgeous.
She's so pretty.
I know.
Well, I imagined Joe Pesci.
Okay, and I get why. Because although
holding a pizza,
he's not an exciting surprise. Oh, pizza. Yeah. Wait, he wasn't. It doesn't matter. I totally get where you're going with this because I love the movie Home Alone too.
He also had a toothbrush, if that makes any difference.
Wow.
I was really just like pulling everything from Home Alone because it's all I could think of when you said that.
That is so interesting because I said Home Alone.
Yeah. So
that question flopped in the best way I can imagine. Because Home Alone.
And this is where I lose all my street cred.
It's okay. One time we were doing visualization and yoga, and I pictured... No, I don't want to say it.
No, say it.
I thought I had a spiritual experience.
How? Why?
Well, she told us, she did this whole thing where we're, relaxing at the end of the class. It's called Savasana, right? Or whatever.
Yeah.
And where people toot. Because they get so relaxed.
When you get so relaxed, you fall asleep and toot.
Yeah. And she's like, you're crossing a stream. You're
I remember
walking
this
through the woods. You go into a cave and you see a spiritual guide. Mm-hmm. And I saw this guy so clearly, and I was like, I really like this guy. I really trust this guy. Who is this guy? And then later I realized it was the actor who plays Jesus on The Walking Dead.
Hey,
I do
wouldn't mind
like him,
walking
though.
into a cave and
I do
finding
like him. But yeah, it's a little strange to feel weirdly attracted to Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, let's be honest.
Yes.
He's the ultimate taboo.
It's true.
Oh my
It's
God.
true.
I don't think I've ever said anything more offensive.
Blaspheme.
So yeah, let's move on. Let's move. Unless you had more to say about Joe Pesci and Danny DeVito.
Actually, the guy that I walked into, like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
couldn't remember
You were there.
that experience, and I still can see, like, the path that she took us
Mhm.
down, and, like, walking into the cave, and mine was, like, covered by, like, leaves. And the
Visualization is
walking
fun.
into it was really fun. But mine, I didn't know it at the time until right now. But it was more like Danny DeVito.
There is something there.
I think he's like...
Is he your soulmate?
I think maybe so.
He's really little, but that's fine.
It is totally fine.
Height doesn't matter,
No,
and
no.
you're not extremely tall. I mean,
I'm
you're
5'6".
yeah.
And
We're the same height,
we are the same height.
the exact same height.
Exact same. Ta-da!
Ta-da! Okay, so we're gonna explore. This is now a therapy session. We're gonna explore the thing with the little men in your life later. Little men in caves, or with pizzas and toothbrushes.
The front door.
Everything you need. So now we'll move on to what's one thing
Mm-hmm.
you wish you could change about yourself?
My teeth.
Really?
Yeah.
You had that one right away.
Yeah, I know it. Exactly. It is the worst thing about me. I hate it.
Wow.
We've talked about this multiple times
We
now on
have.
the podcast even.
Every time, though, it throws me, it just takes me aback a little bit.
It's getting closer and closer to my next dentist appointment in December, and they're going to do molds for Invisalign.
Are they?
Yes, but I'm on the fence about it. I think I'm not going to do it because I know, and I told you,
Mm-hmm.
they also do, like, where they take pictures and show you what it will look like.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And
And it's going to be...
I'm going to want it so badly,
Yeah.
and I know I can't afford it. I cannot do, like, straight up $5,000.
Not unless we start a Patreon.
Folie, do listeners, make Mama Mel happy. Give me money so I can get my freaking snaggletooth fixed.
And I know I've said this before, and it's really irrelevant because it's how you feel.
Mhm.
But I've never, ever noticed anything with your teeth.
It's so crazy to
Yeah.
me. Like, I can't imagine. I feel like people, that's like all they see.
I feel like all people see with me is this little line between my eyes that drives me
Which
crazy.
is so nuts because I don't see it at all whatsoever.
So that makes me feel better. But you know what? Speaking of teeth,
Mhm.
so I'm trying to get more comfortable being on camera.
Yeah.
I mean, you would think with all of my narcissistic tendencies that wouldn't be an issue
Okay.
for me, but it is. I get real weird seeing myself talk, especially on camera.
It's hard.
And last time you filmed me talking, I noticed just how noticeable my gap is.
It's the best.
Because I don't sit there and talk to myself in the mirror.
Right.
And so, like, when I look in the mirror, I'm, like, doing duck face or, like, you know, making out with myself or whatever narcissistic people do. And I was like, wow, it is so noticeable.
It is a good size gap.
It is.
People would pay good money to have their teeth filed to that.
I really, really like it. But it occurs to me that, like, it is probably one of the first things people notice about me when they talk to me.
But that's not a bad
It's
thing.
not a bad thing.
Mm-mm. I feel like the first thing that I noticed about you was your monstrous big eyes.
Really?
Yeah. Your monstrous big eyes and how sweet you are. And of course, the gap
Aw.
is there because it is such, I mean, like, it's a unique thing. Like,
It is, yeah.
some people have crooked teeth, me.
Mhm.
Some people have perfectly straight teeth, but it is, I would not feel the least bit sad having that as an identifying,
Oh.
um,
I'm not
thing.
either. You know, I've very rarely gotten teased for it.
Mhm.
I got a random hateful message one time on social media saying I needed to get it fixed.
what?
And it didn't hurt my feelings at all, actually.
Because you're like,
I was
I
like,
don't.
what the hell? Who is this person?
Yeah.
But really, like, I wonder, you know, because people have issues with things that are unusual.
Yes.
And I was like, I wonder if it ever bothers people. Not that I care.
Oh, if it actually bothered somebody, like somebody's appearance bothered somebody, well...
I have a terrible confession, though.
What?
I don't like Keira Knightley as an actress. Probably because she played Elizabeth Bennet, and that's like sacrilege to me unless I really, really love the performance.
Yeah.
And
you don't think she did well?
I've never been a fan of her teeth. Okay. And when I thought about it, I was like, what a insanely horrible hypocrite I am.
I have to look because I think she might have one of my favorite kinds of teeth.
She's gorgeous.
What was her name again?
Keira Knightley.
Yeah, that's right.
But I think what it is when you dislike somebody, you latch onto something about their appearance and you kind of starts to dislike that thing. Whereas if you love somebody, you latch onto, like, Vu has one dimple, and I love it. I love that he has just one.
And it's just the best.
But maybe if I hated his guts, I would hate that dimple.
That's true. That's true. And you would hate everybody who had, like... Yeah. Okay, so with Keira Knightley, I know what you're talking about. It's not her teeth to me. It's how her nose is, like, it's scrunched.
Maybe it's... Yeah, you're making your face look like her.
It's exactly like that. Which she's so freaking gorgeous, but I always feel like she's doing that on purpose.
Yeah,
she has her nose in like this.
And
it makes her mouth go out like this.
Yeah. It's so fascinating how some people just rub you the wrong way.
Yeah.
Like, you just love some people, and others trigger something deep within you that you just don't like.
I know.
But I hate to be... My point is, as someone with unusual teeth, for me to be like, I hate that girl's teeth, that is, like, bitch-tastic, and I completely repent of it here and now. I'm going to make myself watch all her films.
You should. They're good. I can't remember what I was going to say. It was something about teeth or appearance or something. Well, it makes me happy to know that my teeth are not a thing that have ever bothered you, but they truly, truly bother me so badly.
And that's where I support you, because honestly, when I first heard you say something about it, I was like dumbfounded. I was like, well, what are you talking about? Like, I just didn't see it. But it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Because if it makes you happier to, you know, like, I know people who've got minor things about their appearance fixed, and I never noticed it.
Yeah, but
they felt so much more comfortable.
Yes.
I can't say that I would ever judge somebody for that.
Same here. Like, I personally would never get any type of plastic surgery unless, like, I got mauled by a dog or something. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And that's more restorative. Right. You know?
I wouldn't do... I don't think that I would. But exactly, like, if it's something that makes you feel like you're living a better life, like your life is more fulfilled because of it, then...
And maybe more true to how you see yourself, too. You
then
know?
Do it, I guess.
Like I know you haven't read The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo books. If you can get them on Audible, you should listen to them. They're insanely disturbing and so engrossing. Oh, okay. You'll love them.
I might do that tomorrow.
But you'll get hooked. That, and if you want to get hooked on something else, Gone Girl. Whew.
Yeah.
Anyways, the main character in that, she is like one of those girls who has no breasts, which is completely fine. Like, some girls just completely flat-chested, but like in the second book, randomly the character decides to go and get a boob job, and like, she's not trying to please anyone, she's not with anyone, she just decides to do it, and like, it talks about how she feels so right.
Yeah.
For the first time, like, that's so interesting. Yeah. Like, I totally support that.
Yeah, for sure. I would feel so right with straighter teeth.
I think I want like a double D size boob.
Oh.
And then get the other one reduced.
Just like one double D.
Yeah.
One negative.
I would like the
14.
challenge. Yeah.
Okay.
And just to see how well I balance.
I admire that. Yeah, you might just walk in circles.
They'll call me the goldfish. I'll be a source of endless fascination, and I'll be amused by everyone's reaction.
You could actually, like, possibly just squeeze that big one over to the other side and like even it out.
Yeah. So I'm gonna look into that. I don't think they usually get that kind of a request, so maybe I can get some kind of a discount.
Oh, yeah.
Plastic surgeon listeners, just hit us up.
HMU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. And this is to end on the happiest of notes.
Oh.
And it might be a hard one for you to answer. What is your favorite? I'll say, what is one of your favorite things about yourself?
One of my favorite things about myself is that
I'm just gonna stare you down.
I know. Is that I really... Does it have to be appearance?
No, not
Okay.
at all.
Okay.
It can be, but it definitely doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
It can be your work ethic. It can be your person. It can be the Misty Toots that you let loose.
That's it. That's what it is. It is my ability, I feel like, to see niceness in people.
Oh, I like that.
And it also could be one of my major faults as well.
I feel like our best qualities are often
Yeah.
the flip side of our worst
Yeah.
qualities.
I feel like if somebody were to, I'm thinking like, if somebody were to say like something I like about this person, I do love, no, I feel like I just love life and I love the people in it. And I think that to a fault, like I feel like most people are really good.
I think you have a gift for seeing the unique goodness in a lot of different people.
Yeah.
And I think that's a wonderful thing. Yes, it's a risk. You can end up getting hurt from it or getting disappointed, but it's so much more of a risk to be negative and cynical and to always be picking people apart.
That's true.
I mean, I noticed that about you. Like, we could bring up any person right now and you could be like, oh my gosh, I love her because, or he's so amazing at this or whatever. And it just becomes like a virtuous cycle. Like, it makes you so much happier. And it encourages people around you. It's so encouraging to be around somebody who sees the good in you. It's an excellent quality.
Thank you.
You should be so freaking proud.
Also, one other thing that I really like, this is probably like, now that I'm thinking of it, is my hot ass. No, I'm just kidding.
Everyone would agree.
For sure. No, it's that I have never, like, kind of my independence as far as being able to just live happily with myself and my family and what I have, you know, like I've never felt like, and we talked about this a little bit today, like, because of my dear, awesome mother, like I've never felt like I need to have a person
to complete you,
to complete me at all.
Which is such a trap. It really is.
It really, really is. And it makes me so sad when I have people around me that I love who can't function and just don't know how to live without having somebody else. And it's so nice to be able to be by yourself. I actually love it. And if I find somebody like like
if you find somebody, but you'll have a healthier relationship with that person. Because,
like, I can't stand not being around you.
Yeah.
I know that when Josh, I couldn't handle life without him.
Yeah.
My kids, thank goodness. And then if somebody else were to come around who I love and adore, that I also like to make out with.
Who can tolerate me, that's really important.
That also
I won't
loves
say
Amy.
They have to love.
No,
that's a tall order.
They'll have to be just as obsessed with you as I am, because otherwise it's not gonna work.
Yeah, you're right. They'll be driven crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if that were to ever happen, then great.
I actually
they also have to.
If you ever open up a dating profile, I feel like I should be on there.
Oh my gosh, that's such a good idea. Comes with this one.
The side order here.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to make out with you two.
I will watch, but...
but we won't make it weird, okay?
Yeah. You're just making sure they're giving it to me right.
You better give it to her right. If I ever came up with an alternate identity, I always think, what would my name be?
Yeah.
And I think tonight I finally figured it out.
Misty Toots?
Yes!
What?
Misty Toots?
No, it wasn't!
Yes, it was! That is what I was going to say.
No, it wasn't.
100%. Swear on my life.
What is wrong with us?
I can't believe you said that.
What is wrong with us? Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
That's so crazy. I was going to be your chaperone. Misty Toots.
Misty Toots is coming with me tonight in 2 ways.
I'm done. Stick a fork in me.
Oh my gosh. Well, I love you.
I like you, and I'm glad I got to know a little more about you.
Me too. Thank you for asking. I can't
You
wait to
managed
ask
to
you.
surprise me.
Yeah.
Truly. Especially with Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
And I think you care about me.
I really care about you, and I hope that you tell. I'm sorry. I hope that you tell all of your friends. So basically, me. Tell me.
Yes, I'll tell you right now.
That I love cotton candy.
You love cotton candy.
Bye.
Don't you forget it.
Wave when I wave. This episode is brought to you by
Spare balls.
You need a pair?
We
got a spare. Nice.
I'm very impressed with us.
Me too.